So yesterday was the culmination of a situation where the Nigerian police and thugs of the APC showed themselves to work hand in hand to disrupt and to create a one-party state.
You knew them to be thugs of the APC?
100%. And I'll tell you why. As that our event was supposed to hold on Saturday, we had paid for a field, right, a space in Alimosho. We had announced it. We had gotten permission from the police command in that area. Then on Thursday, we got reports that the Commissioner of Police says our event cannot hold. Thursday night, all the LCDA chairmen, in the APC chairmen, in the company of over 80 policemen, a Black Maria, and several Hilux vehicles, we have videos there online, went and occupied that field, right? Said that our event cannot happen. I should go and talk to the Commissioner of Police. That he said I should come and see him. I go to the Commissioner of Police. I call, he does not pick. I text, he does not respond. I wait there for 2 hours, and then I left, understanding that it was a decoy to get me off that field, right? Now, on the Saturday, APC holds a rally on a field I paid for without any written explanation from the Commissioner of Police why I cannot have my event there. APC held its own rally on that field. We have videos. This is not hearsay. There are videos, they are online.
Which field was this?
Lion Field in Alimosho. APC held its event there. They cordoned off all the roads, and the police protected the APC.
You paid to the local
I
government?
paid to the people in charge, the CDA in charge of it, right? Okay. We accepted that. We made alternative plans, 4 alternative plans.
Wow.
We had a hall where we're going to do our affirmation, which we did successfully. And we had a field that our people were supposed to go to for our meeting, right? That was kept secret because we suspected this kind of thing were to happen, because there's no reason why the local government chairman in the company of so many policemen will go and harass the CDA that why should they rent out a field to us, that this event cannot happen here. Now, our people have successfully started going to the other field, right? The DPO of that area came and saw them, went in, asked questions, came out, made calls, and shortly after, a whole team of police came there, opened the gate, stood back, and then let the thugs in. Again, we have videos of all of this. So you see a situation where the police yesterday superintended attack of property, violence. My own sister was rushed to the hospital. My blood sister, the director of RV Foundation that was there to do our healthcare outreach, was rushed to the hospital and was stitched on her head. Wow. My aide had a concussion. He's bleeding from his ears.
Wow.
Right? The police were there and superintended the destruction of all these buses. In Nigeria, as hard as it is today, think about how much it's going to cost to repair all these buses.
I can see things that look like bullet holes. Were they shooting?
There was shooting in the venue. The police shot. But I cannot say that. I think those were stones that destroyed those buses. Those were stones.
Yeah.
But you see the level of destruction. Police supposed to protect rented buses. These were police supposed to protect lives and property.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you that this was happening while in Lion Field that I paid for, the APC was having a field day. No thugs, no weapon, nothing like this.
So did you challenge the leaders of that organization in that field? For what the leaders of the people that were having their rally in the field that you paid for? Did you ask them why they were there, and did you challenge them?
I went to the field on Friday morning, and there's a video online of that as well. I spoke to the police. The CDA have done their duty. We've reported to the police. They've given us our receipt. They did not imagine that there will be a whole occupation of their field. There was a lady that was supposed to celebrate her 70th birthday on that Friday on that field. An old retiree. Her event was completely cancelled because of that situation. So you see, there's a bigger issue here, and you are seeing it across Nigeria with the coalition. You see it in Kaduna with El Rufai in the ADC. You are seeing it with even just the coalition meeting that had to happen, where several venues had to be called before it was successfully had. And there's an attempt to create a one-party state to intimidate us. Because now you have a situation where you're destroying vehicles so that people will not rent vehicles to you again if you want to have a political meeting.
Right.
That was a church. That field was in a church. A private organization in a church. They came into this place, destroyed and locked it and said, I could not go in. On what basis? It is a church.
You said yesterday that you will consult with the Commissioner of Police.
No, that was
Have you
on
done
Friday.
That? On Friday.
From Lionfield,
Yeah.
I went to the Commissioner of Police office. I called him, I texted him, he did not respond. I was there for 2 hours waiting. Despite the fact that the area commander at Lionfield told me that the Commissioner of Police said I should come and see him immediately to discuss this.
Okay.
Right? And I obeyed and left and went directly to GRA for that meeting. But again, I still say, this is a bigger issue.
But you didn't see him.
I did not see him. He was supposed to be waiting for me. He said I should come there.
He hasn't called you back.
He hasn't called me back. He did not reply my text. So, but this is a bigger problem. You see, violence is always the last refuge of incompetence. Do you understand? When a people are so scared, but instead of doing the work to make their people, to endear themselves to their people, they resort to violence to intimidate and suppress people. You have a situation where Nigeria is only going to get worse. But the mistake they are making, and which is very ironic, because these are the same people that their claim to fame is standing up against the military, is that they think that Nigerians are cowards. When the police starts to behave like this and they are corrupting all institutions and all institutions are losing their respect in the eyes of the Nigerian people, Nigerians are eventually going to stand up.
So, but you have lodged a formal complaint, correct? Have you done that?
Lodge a formal complaint to who?
To the police. Have you done
To
that?
the police that came and said I cannot
I mean,
go into.
Why does that matter? You still have. It is your right.
And my lawyers will do
to lodge
that.
a
My
complaint.
lawyers will do that to fulfill all righteousness.
Yes, so-
But from what I saw, they had a whole DCP be a gatesman to a church yesterday.
A DCP.
A DCP.
You have proof, evidence.
Yes, there's videos. Arise was there.
What do you mean to be a gate man?
He prevented me from going in. He was a gatesman yesterday. They had the whole squad, whole team come there.
Wow.
What were we going to do in a church? Were we going to destroy government property? Were we going to protest against the government?
Jeremy, let me ask you this. And I know that you, as a citizen, you have the right to choose anywhere that you want to make your, your meeting, your affirmation. But then why Alimosho? That's one. Then secondly, do you think that yesterday was about you, or was it about Aregbesola, who is considered to be a strong man in Alimosho, and of course who is now the General Secretary or Organizing Secretary of the ADC? Or it was about the two of you?
Okay, so let's first start from this. The fact is that Labour Party won Alimosho in last election. Hands down. It has never been done in last
For the
20 years.
presidential.
For the presidential.
Yeah.
We won. So there's that reality that the politicians are still dealing with, right?
But do you know the issues that they attributed that to?
What was that?
Internal wranglings, people voted against certain, different
Whether
issues.
they attribute it to this or that, right? Okay, they should have had peace and had a peaceful election for governorship now. They should have had peace and had a peaceful election for governorship and would have done it again. Do you understand? It's not about that. It's about the people. How many people are in a political party compared to how many people form the population of Alimosho?
Yeah.
It's not about that. So that's the first thing. The second reason, you asked why Alimosho. I flagged off my campaign from Alimosho in 2022. And this is part of a divisional tour, which we are still going to do. Do you understand? This nonsense that they are doing is not stopping what we are going to do. We are still going to move ahead. It's part of a divisional tour. Ikeja, Badagry Division, Lagos Island, and then Ikodu Division.
The 5 divisions.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. Alimosho was selected as the place where we'll do it for the Ikeja Division. And so for all intents and purposes, this was just supposed to be a simple gathering of people, right? Peter Obi would have sent a representative, just people to gather. We're not going to walk on the street. We're not doing any rally. And even if we were, it's in our right to do that. But that's not what we're doing. This was not a protest against the government. we are allowed to gather. It's our constitutional right. We are not in, did Abacha do more than this?
We're not campaigning.
We're not campaigning.
Yeah.
It's our right to gather. It's our right to organize.
Yes.
Right? And then when we talk about the strength of Aregbe and Alimosho, certainly is a force. Certainly is a force. And that's why we are talking about a coalition. Because no political party can do this by themselves. And this has to be a coalition of all Nigerians, a broad spectrum of everybody.
Have you met with him? Was it meant to be part of your declaration yesterday?
He's a national security officer. He's in charge of the Southwest. He's supposed to be there, but he was not going to be there because he's in Malaysia. We spoke this morning, right? So this was not about anything. His people were not there. His team, Omolabi, they were not. This was Labour Party obedience coming to the ADC. Right. So even if they want to twist and try and twist that propaganda, it is not.
So that was a very powerful statement you just made. That you said it's the Labour Party, the obedience movement coming into the ADC. The ADCs.
Sorry, let me rephrase that because I know how they're going to twist this.
That's what you just said.
Members of the Labour Party that have decided to come into the coalition.
Members of the
Labour Party that have decided to join me as my supporters to go into the coalition.
Many people will say that this your move from the Labour Party is like a step away from this obedient movement that fueled your campaign, that put you there, that won you all these votes during the last election. And now you are in a coalition that has, people like Atiku Abubakar. We're speaking about the presidential election at this point. We also want to know, is Peter Obi in the ADC as we speak right now? Because I haven't really seen a statement from him saying, yes, he joined the coalition, but I haven't seen him saying that I have defected, I have left the Labour Party.
We are members of the coalition.
So what does that even mean?
It means that we are coming together. We are coming together. Let me answer. We are coming together. There's a dance that's happening, right? Coming together, trying to agree on the way forward. The ADC has been adopted as the party of the coalition, right? And we're going to come together to face the ruling party because we all agree that we cannot afford to divide the opposition votes.
You have not answered my question about.
I'm not going to speak for Peter Obi.
No, but you should know because it's a party.
Yes, certainly. And you should also know that I will not make any move without his understanding and his acknowledgement, because we are part of that same block, right?
Okay.
So everything has been discussed. Everything, we're working together. Let me put it that way.
Will you remain in ADC if Peter Obi decides to stay with either the Labour Party or the PDP?
I believe it's too soon to have this kind of conversations. I'm just looking at a situation where I have people in the hospital. I have to pay for all those bus damages because the police is not going to do that. Nigerian government is not going to do that. I have to take that cost, right? So,
will you sue? Will you take a legal action?
I will leave that to my lawyers. I have little faith. Every time these things happen, the faith that I have in any institution in this country is reducing and reducing and reducing. And it must also be said at this point, because what they are telling us and young men and my generation is that if you are going to engage in politics, right, you have to come with violence. That's what these people have done. And we saw a taste of it in 2023. And the police, though they were indirectly involved because they looked away from the violence that happened, at least we could rationalize that in some sort of way. They looked away. This one, we saw them literally shepherd in the thugs, right? And it must be said that there's no monopoly of violence. We are trying to be civilized, but these people consistently push us in a way that is not civilized.
Is that a threat? There's no monopoly on violence.
There's no monopoly on violence.
When you say things like that, it could be used against you.
If they want to use it against me, they can. And I'm saying it again, there's no monopoly of violence. My sister is in the hospital.
How is she, by the way?
She's getting better.
And what
She's
exactly
in good
happened
spirits.
to her? What exactly
Dogs
happened
came,
to your sister?
hit her, hit the car glasses, destroyed all the glasses. The shard entered her head, and she had to go to hospital to be stitched.
My goodness.
So when I say there's no monopoly of violence, right? I'm not saying this as a buzzword because it's not just me.
Are you saying that?
There are a lot of other young people that were hurt yesterday. Those bus drivers whose cars are destroyed, you think they're just going to smile and be happy? What did they do wrong?
That there could be a situation in which you can be pushed to retaliate.
This is not even about me. This is about all the young people. This is about all the young people that were hurt. And SARS, this is how it started. Young people were being oppressed. They came out to stand and were hurt again. And there's only so much. Nigeria is not, you see, there's a belief that they think Nigerians are cowards. We are not cowards, though. And they should know better. Because they were the ones that faced the military. They should know better. Look at all those buses that were destroyed. At last count, over 75 buses destroyed. People hurt, phones smashed. The mixer for the church has been stolen. That's over 20-something million naira. So people are just, for what? For what, really?
Did you ever say that it could get this bad?
If I made alternative plans in a church, so at least, even if you don't like Gbadebo, have the fear of God. You cannot come and destroy a church, right? If I wanted violence, I would have gone to Lionfield with all my people and gone to go and meet them there. I left them. Even though I've paid for the field, I did not get a refund. I left them, right? So you cannot say that I went to look for violence. They did not know where we're going to be. Even all my members, to the last minute before they knew we're going to that field, in a church. So they brought the violence. How long are they going to continue doing this? How long? How long are we just going to continue taking? From 2023, I buried 8 people. 5 people not walk again because some talk came and hit them with sticks. I've had to go and pay so many hospital bills. Then to come so early in the game, show your hand like this, with so much violence, and we're just supposed to continue taking it and turn the other cheek? No. They did not turn the other cheek for the military now. We'll learn from their example. So if they want to come and say, use anything against me, we'll put a mirror to them as well.